you just got done watching part one of Empire of the Sun, so wanted to kind of talk you through a couple of the things because I know this movie can be a little bit confusing. So, first thing is when the movie starts, it starts off with talking about how the British controlled um, Shanghai. Well, they kind of control Shanghai. Politically, the Chinese still control it. Um, so what happened was is in the late 1800s, excuse me, the Europeans set up what are called spheres of influence in China. Okay, so what that means is the that they control the economics of that area. So where this movie is taking place is in Shanghai. Okay, so here's Shanghai right here. Okay, and what is happening is the British live there in Shanghai. They built up their own communities and they own like the factories and the a lot of the businesses in that area. So anything on this map that's green, the British own. Okay, um, and then like I said, they control the whole economy. And so whenever they built their own neighborhoods and villages, what they did was they're British, so they wanted it to look like Britain. So that's why when you see the house at that Jamie lives in and with his parents, it looks very British because that's how they modeled it. Okay, so this is 1941. This is right before Pearl Harbor. Okay, obviously, as you heard in the original uh, scrolling. So this right here is what China looked like at during the or right before Pearl Harbor. Okay, during Japanese occupation. So once again, here's Shanghai. So you can see it's under Japanese occupation, okay? But the British at this point still technically control the economy as a sphere of influence. That's why there's all kinds of British people there. And so what you just saw, that last little battle, okay, was December 8th, 1941. So the very next day, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, that's when the Japanese forces started to really push in and take control everything more politically, okay, and militarily, obviously. So those guys you saw up on the buildings, on top of the buildings there, those were Chinese resistance fighters, okay. And then one of the other things you saw, this was the kid that came up to the car and said, "No mama, no papa, no whiskey soda." That was a very common saying for the youth, I guess, of China in these cities, especially like Shanghai, because what they were trying to do, what he was trying to do, is he was trying to get them to give him money. So he was saying, "I don't have a mom, I don't have a dad, I can't even afford whiskey soda." Okay, so give me money. Okay, so that was a very common saying. So that's where that came from. You're actually going to see that kid again. Not spoiling the movie for you, but he will pop up again. So anyway, go ahead and make sure you have all the questions filled in, and then if you have any other questions about the movie, just email me. Okay.